All right, hello and welcome back. This is our second weekend. Well, this is our second set of games, I guess so to say. We didn't really play on the weekend last weekend. Had to move those because of rain and come to Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday for our games for our first weekend of play. As you can tell a little bit by the field, especially with the turf mat that's going to be down at home plate for right now. A little bit of soggy conditions again here, but we just really wanted to make sure that we can get these games in this weekend. It is playable, it's doable, and just putting that mat down is just keeping the safety of our players in the forefront of our mind, as we don't want them to roll an ankle or anything in the box, as that is going to get extremely messy real quick with all of the swings that are happening in it. And so we're just trying to keep that as playable as possible for the rest of the day, because everything's going to be able to clear up, dry up as the day goes on. It's just that we are starting the day off at 9 o'clock in the morning. You've got a 4-game set coming today, which your first two games are going to be this doubleheader between the Chinooks and Prairie Dogs, who actually met each other last week. Chinooks were able to pull off the sweep in that instance. And you're going to have most likely a full new look here of games. You got a couple of players who weren't able to be here for the first set of games who are here now. All sorts of fun going on here, as you have the very awkward random cutout of music there. Oh, it's back. Just a little bit of dramatic pause for you all at home, so you can get ready for things. But we'll run through lineups here for you, with the Prairie Dogs being your away team, so they will be up to hit first. As you can see there on the left side of your screen coming in, you're going to have number 19, Hunter Klingelhofer, starting in left field. Number 8, Kyler Bacon, the center fielder. The catcher, number 9, Tam Bellaful. At third base is number 13, Caden Baker. Right fielder is going to be number 11, Jonathan Prescott. At first base, you'll have number 34, Nathan Kassler. The second baseman is going to be number 10, Alex Swaney. At shortstop, you're going to have number 7, Sam Arcaris. And the extra hitter, number 12, Dusty Patterson. And starting on the mound here for the Chinooks is going to be Tobin Akery. Had a fantastic, I think it was about 3-inning relief for the Chinooks to be able to pull off the win, as you get a drive to center field right to start things off. It's going to move him back. It's going to get behind Lawrence right there. So you're going to have a lead-off double here. First pitch of the game, lead-off double. And I'll knock on wood because I might have jinxed Tobin right there. But as I was saying, as you're going to have number 8, Kyler Bacon, stepping into the box. Had a really great relief appearance, 3 2/3, I believe, strong for the Chinooks to be able to grab the Game 1 victory, and then came back out and had a relief appearance again in Game 2. I think went 2 innings strong without letting up any runs. So looking to try and see if he can stay with that MO that he had last weekend and keep that lead-off runner at bay over there at second base. You're going to get a ground ball to shortstop. The throw across is going to be in plenty of time, but it is going to advance the runner up to third. So opening run of the game, sitting 90 feet away over there at third base with 1 out on the board. I'm more than okay with the first pitch swings, because it keeps my job extremely easy, keeping up with the count and everything. So Akery goes to a 2-0 count here on the 3-hitter. Number 9, Tam Bellafuel. So Bellafield fouls one right back in to the glove. Goes to a 2-1 count. Want to thank all of you that are tuning in with us here. We're pretty excited to be able to bring this broadcast to you for the whole summer. We've got plans to be able to broadcast and stream each game to you this summer, so that even if you are not able to make it to the games, you're going to get a drive to right field. It's going to be a little bit of a blooper right there. Second baseman's able to camp underneath it. Possible play at the plate, but Klingelhofer kind of goes with the the bait right there to see a throw from Contreras at second base, decides not to and goes back, and you're going to have 2 outs on the board. But as I was saying, the plan is to stream every single game this summer of the CCL, and so that way we can allow not only family and friends, constituents to be able to see these boys play some baseball this summer and continue to get their work in, but we're also really excited to be able to bring this product so that the coaches can continue to see their players work throughout the summer, see if they're working on what they've been told to work on. Is you're going to get a foul ball in foul territory over down the first baseline. Does drop in by itself. Like I said, throughout the summer, we're working on different camera angles, trying to see what is more important, getting the majority of the field, getting the foul territories over there. So I'll try and talk you through what happens on those foul balls. As Junta gave a long chase down, wasn't able to get there, and you're going to get a 1-1 count now to the 4-hitter, the third baseman, number 13, Caden Baker. Baker gets a drive to center field. It's going to drive Lawrence back once again, and he burns him again. So you're going to have 2 balls get over the center fielder's head so far this game, as you're going to get another double here for the Prairie Dogs, and it brings in Klingelhofer and gets the first run of the game here in the top of the first. So 2 really great pieces so far from the Prairie Dogs, as you're going to have the right fielder, number 11, Jonathan Prescott, stepping up to the box for the P-Dogs. And so that'll be a little bit of a learning process and getting a feel for things for all these players too. Majority of them haven't ever played here at Olympic Stadium in Hoquiam, Washington, so they've got to figure out exactly where they want to play, how the field plays. As you can see, it's 400. Well, you actually probably can't read those numbers from your screen, but those little numbers that is dead center says it's 400 at dead center right there. So big field. The power alleys are extremely big, as you can tell in right center field over there, where the tunnel comes for the football team to come out. It isn't your classic C shape, I guess, out there in the outfield with the fence. It's got a little bit of pushes back, in fact, to right center field where it connects with the wooden fence over there. It's actually probably going to be about 10, 20 feet further than that 400 mark, just because it pushes out. So not a classic look of the fence. So those power alleys, those gaps play a lot bigger than a lot of other stadiums. And so the outfielders will continue to have to kind of adapt to that. I know that last week, and I noticed a lot of the center fielders were playing extremely shallow, and so as you can see, they didn't get burnt last week, but in the first inning of the first game this weekend, you had 2 burn balls. And that'll be a walk to Jonathan Prescott. So runners on first and second with 2 outs on the board, bringing up the first baseman, number 34, Nathan Kassler. Kassler is going to be a lefty swinger, so you got the left-on-left matchup going on right here. And we'll see if Acre is able to take advantage of that and be able to strand some runners on bases for the Prairie Dogs. Ground ball goes foul down the first baseline. So Acre is able to get up to a 0-1 count. Getting ahead, working ahead. So good pitch from Tobin. It gets up 0-2. And as I said earlier, playing on that turf mat that's down there, trying to make sure that we don't completely tear up the batters' boxes. They stay good throughout the rest of the day and keep our batters safe. But unfortunately for the catchers, as you're going to get a drive to right field, and it is going to be caught. A great route there is able to bring it in, and the right fielder in Smith. And so the P-Dogs will be left at bay right there. Acre strands 2, and we'll be back with the bottom of the first inning with a score early here for the Prairie Dogs, makes it 1-0. All right, sorry about that. We lost the camera, so I had to go and fix it. But you've got the leadoff batter in second baseman Ryan Contreras here, already down to a 1-2 count. So Contreras works all the way back to a full count here. As you've got number 24, Joseph Gonzalez on the mound for the Prairie Dogs. Tough foe in front of him as Contreras was the player of the game for at least one of the games last week. I think ended up getting 4 hits on the game, 3 singles, a double, 3 RBIs. So definitely somebody who came to the CCL as he drives the ball right to center field. Oh, a little bit of a misstep there in center field, and it gets behind the center fielder. Contreras is going to be able to kind of cruise into second base right there. And so hits it absolutely on the button. Center fielder thought he had a beat on it, and it just kind of carried over his head. So Contreras once again is going to reach base right there and stay hot. As I was saying, came to the CCL League just ready to play, getting barrels all over the place. As I think we're just going to have a quick pause and play right here. As you saw, Gonzalez was really working at the back of the mound on that little bit of spike mat that we have back there to try and see if he can get some of the mud off of his cleats. So we're going to bring out a little bit more diamond dry to see if we can, well, just as the name says, dry up that spot a little bit for him. As you can tell, the sun has come out here in Hoquiam, so that'll help dry up a bunch of it. So the mixture of that, getting that diamond dried down there, should hopefully continue to improve these conditions for them. And the biggest thing to focus on, and the biggest thing for Gunner as he's out there, kind of making sure that everything's running smoothly here for the day, is just keeping the players' safety at the forefront of our mind, making sure that not only are they able to perform in their best way and be able to let their talents be showcased, but also making sure that they stay healthy here, as there's no need to push through things or make sure that we're not putting their health in the forefront of our minds. As we talked about many times, it's just that developmental league here for him. Yes, there are records that are kept. Yes, we do have playoffs at the end of the summer. But these games and the results of these games are not as important as the results of their college games that they're going to be heading back to hopefully in the fall and getting ready for the regular season in the spring. So making sure that that is the most important thing that's going on here and making sure that they're ready to go for those games. As you got a lot of work here, we definitely want to give a shout out to the Grays Harbor staff and players and all of them that stick around and help out. As you've got, let's see, the mixture of Braden Ray, the assistant coach here at Grays Harbor College, and also the head coach of the Sea Turtles. They're on the mound with the rake. Obviously, Coach Panch, Gunnar Pancari out there, head coach of the Chinooks right now, and also head coach of Grays Harbor College, making sure everything is running smooth. And then right next to him, you got Big Country Aiden McCarthy. McCarthy plays for the Sea Turtles, also plays here at Grays Harbor College. I think he brought out some kind of pick there for Gonzalez to be able to dig into his cleats and try and get that mud out. I think earlier we saw Logan Brent out there also with the Sea Turtles dumping some diamond dry for him. So not only do these players, a good handful of them, stick around in the summer and continue to play and continue to develop here on the field that they're going to be playing on in the spring, but they hang out and make sure that they can help out with different things around the league. So really appreciative for that. And we are back in action here, so it'll start right back up. You've got the double for Contreras, so a runner on second here for the Chinooks. And your next batter is going to be number 2, James Lawrence. He's the center fielder for the Chinooks on the other side, who got burnt a couple times in center field too. Also had a phenomenal game at the plate last weekend. A lot of good barrels. and that's what you can come to expect to see as the season continues to progress. Some of these players did have a little bit of a break before this league. Some of them obviously went to playoffs, were able to extend their seasons, and basically came straight in from their season. So we're just kind of ready to roll. But there are definitely some of them that had probably a good handful of weeks off, so trying to knock some rust off there on that first weekend as Lawrence swings through the high fastball right there. Fastball in the outside corner is going to be good enough there for strike three. So Gonzalez gets his first punch out. Sits down Lawrence, and then I'll bring up the right fielder, number 12, Bodie Smith. Smith gets a deep drive to right field. And sure enough, it's going to be over the wall for number 2 on the season. Jumps all over the fastball right there. Goes and finds the 315 down the ADA accessible ramp right there. And in fact, it rolls all the way down the ramp and is sitting over there at the main entrance of Olympic Stadium. So Smith absolutely drives through that ball. A line drive out. Got out quicker than I can even watch it go. So a fantastic piece right there. Doesn't tie the game up. As you've got Contreras on second, gives the Chinooks the lead right here. Has a great response in the bottom half of the first inning. I'm sure that Tobin Acree is happy with that one down there, but an absolute blast in a complete different look than the first home run we saw this summer. As Caden Loop from Tacoma College drove a ball that I think caught a little bit of condensation from the clouds as he drove it an absolute moonshot to left field. The complete opposite happens here as it was just a scorching line drive over the right field wall down there for Smith, and that'll bring up the first baseman, Junta, who has a lazy fly ball down the right field or first base line. It's going to be caught by the first baseman over there. So Junta just gets a little bit jammed and isn't able to get barrel to it. And that'll create the second out here of the inning with the designated hitter, number 34, Alejandro Valencia, stepping up. Gonzalez really using that high-powered fastball in a lot of the counts, trying to get ahead with it and seeing if maybe the extra stuff can come with. Challenging a lot here to the hitters today. And as Smith showed earlier, being able to be on time, get a good barrel to it, can really provide a lot of extra exit velo for you, and show a short, compact swing to it could do the job. But Gonzalez really pounding the zone here as he drives a 1-2 count here to Valencia. Gonzalez tries the inside corner. Quite a few of the Prairie Dogs thought it was going to be strike three. I think just too far inside. As Valencia swings through strike three right there. So that will be the end of the inning for the Chinooks. They're able to get back their runs and capture a lead in the bottom half of the first. Acree back out on the mound. You've got a 1-2 ball game. So the leadoff batter is going to be the second baseman, number 10, Alex Swaney. Swaney swings through strike one right there. Prairie Dogs are going to have to respond again here, as I think this is exactly what happened in the first series that they played against each other. Jumped up to a little bit of a lead early in the game, and then the Chinooks were able to respond immediately and come back and capture a lead. I know at least in game one of the series between these two teams last time, Chinooks were able to run away with it late, so Prairie Dogs hoping to change that result and be able to continue to exchange punches here with the Chinooks. He's going to have a drive to left center gap. It's going to be able to get down enough in front of Lawrence, so you'll have a lead off base knock there for Alex Swaney. And it'll bring up the shortstop, number 7, Sam Arcaris. Ball 2 upstairs. And so just a reminder for all of you watching, once again, thank you for tuning in with us, especially this early in the morning, 9:30, man, on a Saturday. I will say that the CCL is definitely changing my summer habits, having me wake up this early. But as you'll get a snap throw down the first base, back in plenty of time is Swaney. As you'll probably hear me say quite a bit this summer, just because we're going to get different viewers and new viewers every time, and might be a little bit confused on the fact that we're going to have 10 hitters in the lineup. We are going to play with not only the designated hitter in this league, as you're going to get Swaney off and going, not even a throw attempt, because that's going to be ball 4 there for it. So Swaney unfortunately doesn't get the stolen base, but is going to move up to second with runners on first and second. And the extra hitter, number 12, Dusty Patterson, stepping up to the plate. So rolls right into what I was saying. Not only do we have the designated hitter in this league, so allowing them to be able to hit for that pitcher, but we are going to allow the use of both the designated hitter and the extra hitter in the lineup to allow for plenty of swings to go around, continuing to hit the MO of this developmental league and give lots of players chances to continue to work on their craft. So you will see, as you're going to see Swaney going, gets a great jump, throw down the third base, is not going to be in time, but Bunn does knock it down. So it doesn't get into the outfield, so that's a good play by him, but just got a fantastic jump and read there off of Acree, and Arcaris was smart enough to be able to follow behind, so you're going to get runners on second and third. And a fly ball over to Junta at first base is not going to be able to do a job right there. Not far enough to be able to score the run. Acree gets his first out of the inning. Unfortunately, on that stolen base, all traditional double plays are out of the equation now. So he's going to have to probably work a little bit more than just a ground ball right here, as the designated hitter now stepping up in number 5, Ozzy Zwislak. Swings through strike 1 right there. So 1-1 count coming to Ozzy in this situation. Trying to find something elevated here. You really want to get something into the outfield. Obviously, a base knock in the outfield is huge. Could score 2 right here. But you want to at least do a job where you can get a deep enough fly ball to be able to allow Swaney to tag up at third, which with the speed he's already showcased with only technically 1 stolen base. The other one should have been 1 too, but it was ball 4, so he got there anyways. Oh, good play on deck there. Klingelhofer catches the foul ball, it comes right back to him. But Swaney obviously has a good set of wheels on him, so the fly ball won't have to be too deep here. But you definitely have to get it out to the outfield, or possibly a ground ball to the right side could do the job. Line drive goes foul down the first baseline. And Zwislak's going to stay at the 2-2 count. Zwislak is a choker, so plays his home games here in the spring, so is accustomed to the field. Probably not accustomed to swinging in a real live game on a turf mat, but at least BP happens there, so a little bit of the same. Fouls one straight back, just misses middle right there, and continues to fight with 2 strikes to his count. Another foul ball straight back, so continuing to fight, extending this at bat, and especially here in the second inning as a team at bat, extending the pitch count here for Tobin Acree, and possibly forcing Coach Pants to start to have to look into the bullpen, as he's going to get the ground ball to the right side, so he is going to do his job. He's out at first base, but at least drives Swaney in right there, so gets his RBI, and we'll have a tie ball game at 2s. And then I will flip the lineup over here to the leadoff batter, left fielder number 19, Hunter Klingelhofer. So you're going to get a high fly ball to left field right there. Oh, never a doubt. Comes down with it, complete confidence the whole time, reads it the whole way, and it's going to be out number 3 there in left field. Prairie Dogs do tie the game up, though, so we will have a 2-2 ball game heading into the bottom half of the second inning. So Gonzalez back out onto the mound here for the Prairie Dogs, and he'll face the middle of the order here for the Chinooks. It's going to be third baseman number 6, Aiden Bunn. Chinooks able to grab 2 runs in that first inning from the, I guess I can't call it a deep fly because I don't even know if it was categorized as a fly ball ever. The laser out to right field by Brody Smith, 2-run home run. Line drive to right field. Just barely gets down. A fantastic effort there from Jonathan Prescott. The throw in was a little bit wonky right there as he gets it over the cutoff man right there, and unfortunately shortstop has to go out and get the ball, so you'll get a base hit on it, but then it's going to be an E9 to move Bunn over to second base. So it's really unfortunate as it was a great effort, a fantastic effort. Gets the glove on it just barely, isn't able to come down with the catch, but then unfortunately gets the error on the throw to move Bunn over to second base. So it goes from almost being an out to getting the leadoff runner already into scoring position here for the Chinooks. You're going to get a ground ball to the right side. Swaney's able to get over and get to it, so you're going to get the out. Runner does advance over to third base, and Bunn. And so that was shortstop number 4, Brody McCall, does his job to move the runner over. And you're going to have the left-handed swinging left fielder, number 15, Ethan Williams, up to bat. So especially with infield playing at normal depth here for Williams, just the job is to try and get that run in. So obviously you would like a base knock right here and maybe see if he can get himself in a scoring position again too. But just even a ground ball to the right side should be able to do the job here. Deep fly ball is also going to be able to get you your RBI. Short and sweet to it, as you definitely got velocity coming from Gonzalez, being able to let that get your deep fly ball. As he tries the outside corner, is going to be able to catch enough of the black right there, so a great spot. Inside corner, Gonzalez is able to hit that one, so he goes outside, inside, draws to a 2-2 count here on Williams, and now he's got to be able to protect and do a job with 2 strikes. So you're going to get a broken bat to the third baseman. It's going to bounce off of his glove. Unfortunately, Bunn isn't able to advance right there, but that bat is 1,000% broken. Splinters it, so it's not going to feel good in his hand, but luckily for Williams, I think the fact that he hit it off the cap of the bat gave a couple of funky hops over there to third base, so he reaches base safely on the E5. Bunn's going to stay at third, so you're going to have runners on first and third here with 1 out, and the catcher, number 8, Hayden Stevens, stepping up to the plate. And sure enough, Williams is shaking his hand a little bit over there, so definitely did not feel good. Still a cold morning here at 9:30, so compact out on top of it. So you're going to get a dirt ball. Williams is going to choose to advance there on the dirt ball. He's going to have no throw. And so now you got runners on second and third. Double play has been taken out of the equation, so Stevens just wants to try and see if he can get something hard in play and score a run here for the Chinooks. So ground ball to the right side, gets underneath the glove of the first baseman, but Swaney's able to stay with it. Didn't realize that first base got back, so tried to make the play right there. It was a bang-bang play at first, but Stevens just able to leg it out right there, so you're going to get safe all around, and the score is going to, or the run is going to score, so you've got a 3-2 ball game now with the Nooks out in front. And so this will be the extra hitter, number 0, Ryan Hart. Hart gets a check swing foul ball right there. Oh, good pitch on the inside corner right there. So Gonzalez is really starting to paint the black on both sides of things. Hasn't really been hit too hard this inning as he's got a couple of ground balls that have just been able to sneak through the infield. So starting to spot up really well and is trying to see if he can get better results as you get a fastball just low, it must have been, and you're going to get a full count here. So Hart fouls one off to stay alive here in this at bat. And especially here with the strength of the top of the lineup for the Chinooks, Hart definitely wants to continue to get this inning rolling, possibly reach base himself any way he can, and see if he can hand this thing over to Contreras with runners in scoring position still. So he fouls one straight back again. Another foul ball. So working hard, and just like we talked about last inning with Acree, starting to drive the pitch count up here for Gonzalez. And especially in these leagues, you'll see a lot of pitch count caps for these players. So Chinooks are trying to see if they can shorten the length of appearance here for Gonzalez with these high pitch count at bats. As he watches ball four, not only ball four right there, but the ball gets away from the catcher, and so Williams is going to be able to come home and score easy. So he gets on base himself, scores a run by watching the wild pitch. And you're going to have a runner on first and third with Contreras stepping up to the plate and only one out on the board. Ground ball to shortstop. He's going to get the first across for the double play, but not able to do so as Swaney slips a little bit there on the turn. So Contreras is able to leg out and make sure the double play does not finish there. And so he'll get one run home there for the Chinooks. And 2 outs on the board now with the center fielder Lawrence up to bat. Fastball in the outside corner, catches Black right there again. So Gonzalez is really starting to, like we talked about, get those weak contact. Unfortunately, right there, once again, just kind of the conditions of today, and just sometimes you're not the luckiest with your bounces that happen on the mound, but gets a good tailor-made ground ball to the shortstop. A good toss over to second for Swaney to be able to try and see if he can turn it, and just slips right there in the wet mud basically around second base and doesn't get a strong throw over to first base. It allows Contreras to get there, so it gets another run on the board, and the inning continues to extend. There's a pass ball right there from Gonzalez. That slips a little bit there on the mound, so B-Ray back on to see if he can work his magic on the mound for him and fix some things up. So back in action, mound seems to be good enough, at least for the moment here. Gonzalez is going to try and get to this 1-2 count on Lawrence. Ball's going to be up. Looking through some of the fantastic graphics and information that we have. If you're not following us on Twitter, make sure that you do that. You can find us with the handle of @Cascade League. Both the C and the L to start the words are going to be capitalized. You're going to get strike 3 right there for Lawrence. Blows it by does Gonzalez, and so runner stranded at second base. And you're going to head into the third inning. Chinooks able to jump out to another lead after the response from the Prairie Dogs. 5-2 ball game. So Acree back out onto the mound for the Chinooks, and you're going to have the two-hitter for the Prairie Dogs, number 8, Kyler Bacon, center fielder, leading off the third inning here for them. And so Bacon draws a 3-0 count here. And a 4-pitch walk right there is handed to him. So not the ideal start to the inning there for Acree, but can bounce right back and see if maybe he can get a ground ball double play right here to help himself out. As you're going to have the 3-hole hitter catcher, number 9, Tam Bellafuel, up for the Prairie Dogs. And you're going to see just most likely, at least through this first game, possibly the first 2 games, as much as depending on how much the sun's able to dry things up, but probably in between innings and in between pitches, even as you just saw there with Panch heading out to third base. Trying to continue to make sure that we can improve these field conditions, get these games in and be able to make them not too sloppy, as you're going to get a runner there going. Stevens not able to hold on to the ball right there, so you're going to have a easy stolen base for Bacon. Good pitch to throw on as it gets Stevens up and out of his squat already, but just not able to hold on to it on the transfer, and Bacon swipes the bag with no throw. As Acree now has 6 straight, trying to see if he can lock back in right here. And sure enough, he does. It's going to be a line drive right at the shortstop. And unfortunately for Bacon, slips on the way back too. And so a really heads-up play there to be able to go and grab the non-traditional double play right there. The 6U to be able to help Acree out right there. 2 outs on the board. Bases get cleared. So a big-time play there for the Chinooks. And that'll bring up the third baseman, number 13, Caden Baker. Baker watches one inside. Three-0 count. Baker's looking for something that he can be able to explode on right here, and nothing but. And Acree still struggling a little bit to find strike zone. Got bailed out a little bit there on that line drive right at shortstop, getting able to get the double play. As he's going to go right over the middle of the plate and challenge. And Baker just misses right there. So as the pitcher right here, you want to make sure that you take advantage of that little bit of help that you got from the line drive double play and try and see if you can get out of this inning that you've definitely been struggling to find the strike zone in. Issues a walk there to Baker, and so number 11, Jonathan Prescott, stepping up to the plate. And so definitely, as we talked about before, not ideal conditions out there. The mound's going to be a little bit sloppy, as you saw Gonzalez fall down a couple of times and everything, but working on getting through that is just definitely that time that you really have to focus on your mechanics and your fundamentals and making sure that you can stay fluid with everything. As Acree definitely closer, but still misses right there. And the old saying goes, if you can pitch through these conditions, you can pitch through any of them. So it's a good little tool for him. So he gets a good pitch on the outside corner right there and evens the count up at 1-1. You're going to have a check swing on the ball down low. They ask down to first base, and he says no, he does not go around. So JP is able to hold up there on the check swing and get a 2-1 count coming his way. Ground ball down third base. Bunn gets it deep. Takes the throw, or the throw takes Junta off the bat over at first base, and JP is able to get in there safely. So a tough play there for Bunn as he's playing deep over there at third base. Takes the longest throw across the diamond basically from foul line to foul line right there, and is not able to do so as it just takes Junta far enough off to not be able to get a tag on him. And so the Prairie Dogs are going to stay alive here with runners on first and second and 2 outs. Number 34, Nathan Kassler up. And Kassler's going to wear one right off the numbers in the back. So all of a sudden you go from 2 outs on the board and nobody on base to now you've got bases loaded here for Acree. And Alex Swaney up to bat, who already has a base knock underneath his stat line. So Prairie Dogs are trying to take advantage here of a little bit of command issues that's happening to see if they can go and possibly chip into this lead. So Acree able to find the strike zone again, and Swaney swings through strike one right there. Draws himself to a 2-1 count here. So Swaney's going to look to try and see if he can capitalize on Acree trying to find back the strike zone, see if he can get a mistake pitch right here. And he is going to get one, but it's going to be a fly ball to center field. Lawrence is going to be able to camp underneath it, and the Chinooks get out of trouble right there and leave them at bay. So he puts a goose egg up on the board, and we'll head to the bottom of the third inning with the score still 2-5. So the first batter here for the Chinooks will be the right fielder, Bodie Smith. Strike on the outside corner. So Gonzalez is things have completely flipped as Gonzalez has really started to find his stride, where Acree struggling a little bit to find the strike zone. Gonzalez gets to an early 0-2 count here on Smith, trying to go after him and get him out of the way quickly, as probably still has a little bit of that memory in his mind of the home run in the first inning by him to be able to tie things up. up and in, so you're going to get a 2-2 count here to Smith. Looks at the outside corner, and Gonzalez is going to be able to get the punch out right there. So catches just enough of the black to be able to get a looking strikeout there on Smith. So completely changes the outcome there with that at bat, and is able to get his revenge on him with the looking strikeout, and that'll bring up the first baseman, number 30, Jaden Junta. Junta was the starting pitcher for the Chinooks in Game 1 of the last series between these two, so would not be surprised to see him swing over to the mound for Game 2 of this series. As there is a little bit of movement already going in the bullpen down for the Chinooks. As Gonzalez, it gets a strike right there. So it'll be a 1-2 count, a little bit of a delayed call, and Junta was interested with the call a little bit, so now he's got a 1-2 count, has to go out there and continue to battle. He's going to foul one straight back. Hard enough off the wooden backstop right there that actually comes out and becomes a fair ball, just barely, about halfway down the baseline. So we'll continue to look to extend his AB right here, 1-2 count. Fouls one down first baseline. It's going to go all the way to the top of the stands. And I think it's actually just going to stay up there on the top row. Didn't even work its way down. Junta gets another foul ball, so continuing to work here in this at bat. A really great response as a hitter here, especially after you get a strike two call that you may or may not agree with right there. Was able to reset, focus back in, and has had a quality at bat so far, but you would obviously love to cap it off with a base knock. As he gets another foul ball, this one goes over the roof of Olympic Stadium and into the parking lot. Fingers crossed for everybody who parked over there. You're not going to find a ball in your car when you get out there. I parked the other way, so good for me. I don't have to worry about that. Another foul ball. There's round number 2 going into the parking lot there. So along with extending his at bat, possibly driving up some insurance claims in the parking lot is Junta right now. He's going to watch ball 2 there on the outside corner. Word of advice for anybody who has not been to Olympic Stadium before, is planning to come at any time this summer. When you park in the parking lot out there, don't park in the first row. Not a good call. The back windshield of the old Golden Wagon would let you know that. So he gets another foul ball. My goodness. What is this? I'm going to throw a number up in the air. I think this is at least a 9 or 10 pitch at bat so far here for Junta. And he's going to get a fastball down low. Just barely misses right there. Thought it was going to be strike 3. But unfortunately, it looks like had to have been just low. And Junta's able to work all the way back to a full count right here. But yeah, caught the old ball off the back windshield, or back window. Got the spider web all the way through, and then when I opened the door to put my bag in there and closed it, the rest of the window that was left went all in the back seat. So you're going to get a line drive down the right field line. It's going to be close. Actually, not close. My perception must be off a little bit here, but it's going to be a foul ball down the right field line once again. Thought it was going to be within feet, and it was probably a good 20 feet foul over there. And so Gonzalez asked for a new ball, but because of all the foul balls that have happened this at bat, we haven't gotten any new ones to the umpire yet. And so asked for a new ball and has to come over from Coach Panch as he's rubbing in the new one. Oh, and you're going to get strike 3 up there. And so Junta is going to have a fantastic at bat and unfortunately caps it off with a looking strikeout right there. So back-to-back strikeouts is going to get 2 outs onto the board here for Gonzalez, and he'll have the designated hitter, number 34, Alejandro Valencia, up to the plate for the Chinooks. Wouldn't it be nice if we got back down to $1 gasolina? It'd be fantastic. Very true. As we're sitting at what? Cinco. Cinco for gas right now. I think it was like 5:40 when I drove by Safeway this morning. Incredible. Good look on the inside corner. Just did not quite catch enough of the. I guess I'm saying black, but we've got that turf down, so there's actually no black. Just the outside of the white, I guess, so to say, as Valencia swings through strike 2 right there. Shout out to one of our interns, Aiden McMurdo, going to be playing later in the day. Was nice enough to be able to spray paint that plate a little bit wider for us. So you're going to get a ground ball up the middle. Swaney's going to be able to get there, gets the throw across. And the throw is not going to be able to be on line, but it's just close enough that you're going to be able to get a tag right there. So you are going to get the third out of the inning. Great play from both Swaney and first base over there. Able to really help out with that ground ball up the middle. So a great tag from Kessler. Gets out number 3, and we'll head to the 4th inning here. Score stays 2-5. Another foul ball goes into the parking lot to start the 4th inning. As the leadoff batter here for the Prairie Dogs is going to be the shortstop, number 7, Sam Arcaris. So you're going to draw to a 2-1 count here as Acree's still on the mound here for the Chinooks. Little bit of movement still going in the bullpen for him, so I think Coach Panch is hoping that Tobin can be able to refine the strike zone here. So he is able to at least get to a 3-2 count right here, so gets right back into it, gives himself a chance to try and go and get first out of the inning right here. But he's going to get ball 4 upstairs, so another walk gets the leadoff runner on for Prairie Dogs with number 12, the extra hitter, Dusty Patterson up. And so Acree is able to come back after that leadoff walk to be able to draw an 0-2 count here to start on Patterson. Well, and I didn't see it happen, but I think the foul ball must have got up and under Stevens and actually come up and catch a piece of the jaw, most likely, it looks like, of the umpire. He's going to take a little bit of a break and is going to be ready to hop right back into action here. Yeah, he's indicating kind of the neck jaw area, so definitely does not feel good right there, but is ready to back and roll. And we've had some tough umpires, man, here in the first couple games of the CCL. I've watched foul balls go directly off of elbows, directly off of masks so hard that it takes the mask completely off of their face. Knee shots, thigh shots, now chin shots. I think we've caught the whole song of head, shoulders, knees, and toes so far. So you're gonna get runner going. Gonna get a clean jump at it. Stevens is not even gonna attempt the throw. And the count goes to 2-2. And so Stevens Patterson looking to try and see if he get a base knock. That's going to be a deep drive to center field, but Lawrence is going to be able to get a good read off of it, and he's going to keep the runner at second base right there. So Patterson just barely misses middle right there, gets a good barrel on it, but it's going to result in a fly ball for him. And that'll bring up the designated hitter, number 5, Ozzy Zwislak. And so Acree gets to a 2-0 count here to start the at-bat for Zwislak. Ground ball to second base. It's going to be fielded cleanly by Contreras. The throw across is going to be in plenty of time, so Acree is able to get a second out of the inning right there. Runner does move up to third base, so now 90 feet away from scoring, but you've got 2 outs on the board. Just got to get that third one and not even worry about your runner right here. So Acree has a little bit of a tough task in front of him to try and see if he can strand that runner, as you've got the lineup turned around and leadoff batter, left fielder number 19, Hunter Klingelhofer, now up for the Prairie Dogs. He's going to catch enough of the outside corner right there, so he's going to even things up at 1-1. There's going to be a drive to right field. Oh, pressed the wrong button there for you. Sorry. It's going to be caught there in right field. And so Tobin Aker is able to get out of the inning right there, leave the runners at bay, and keep the score 2-5 as we head into the bottom of the fourth. So as you can see there, the leadoff, the bottom of the fourth for the Chinooks is going to be number 6, third baseman Aiden Bunn. As you got a little bit of delay right there. As you can see, Coach Pants jogging around the outside of the diamond right there. So we appreciate his effort getting out there and raking up some of those wet spots for us. And now we're going to be back in action. A little screen time there for Gunner. He's going to get a line drive over the head of the shortstop, so it is going to fall in for a base hit there. Leadoff runner on board for the Chinooks and Aiden Bunn. The shortstop, number 4, Brody McCall. So now you got a little bit of movement going on down in the bullpen for the Prairie Dogs. Also, as we talked about those long at bats that some of the hitters have been able to drag out here, driving pitch counts up as you're going to get a strike there for McCall. A-N. You're going to get a great jump there from Bunn. The throw down not going to be in time, so Aiden Bunn's able to get his first stolen base. And my goodness, he's going to go on just a little bit of bobble there at shortstop. That ball maybe got it 10 feet away from Swaney, and Bunn just decides that he's going to go ahead and grab another extra 90 feet right there and is able to do so. So speed on showcase for Bunn. So impressive there from Bunn, as I don't know if I would have even been halfway down first base by the time that whole thing transpired. Gonzalez looks for the outside corner, not able to get it. You're going to get a ground ball to the right side. It's going to at least do its job and score a run. So McCall's going to be able to get an RBI right there. Plenty of time for Swaney to be able to throw him out at first. And so you're going to get the first out of the inning, but you're also going to get another run on the board for the Chinooks. That'll bring up the left fielder, number 15, Ethan Williams. William watches ball one outside. And so it looks like if I can use my handy-dandy eyes down there, you're going to get a ground ball to the right side. Another out there made by Swaney. So back-to-back ground balls to him. And you've got 2 outs on the board. But it looks as though possibly the arm getting warm in the bullpen for the Prairie Dogs is number 18, Ryan Henriksen. And the catcher, number 8, Hayden Stevens, will come up to the plate here. Gonzalez gets his strike on the inside corner. Is it just me, or was Stevens swinging left-handed last at bat? So I'm pretty sure that we were on the left side of the plate there last at bat for Stevens, so I think we have a switch-hitting catcher, which is always fun to see. Gonzalez tries the inside corner, thinks it's strike 3 again. So does Acaris at short, but it's going to be the first ball, so he gets a 1-2 count coming his way now. And so it's going to be a 2-2 count. Maybe that's what it is. I think so. I think I was mistaken that Hart is a left-hander. That's just going to swing right through strike 3, right back into the mitt of the catcher. So another punch out there for Gonzalez is going to get out of the inning right here. There is 1-1 scored before they're able to do so. So we'll head to the 5th inning with a score of 6-2. All right, so new pitcher on to face the leadoff batter for the Prairie Dogs, Kyler Bacon. As it's going to be number 16, Cooper Peters. Cooper Peters from Treasure Valley Community College. So in the home of the Chokers is a Chucker on the mound. Always a fun matchup between the Chokers and the Chuckers. Who's better, the O or the U's? Peters gets strike 2 up high. Goes up the elevator shaft and is able to get a swing on it. So he'll have a 1-2 count here to Bacon. Gets this punch out right there. So strike 3 looking a good curveball to be able to get his first strikeout and first out of his appearance. And that'll hand it off to the catcher, the 3-hole hitter, number 9, Tam Bellafuel. Bounce pass. So ground ball right back at the pitcher. Peters is able to get it, shortens up. Bounce pass over to Junta, but he's able to get the scoop. So out number 2 here for Peters in his first inning of relief. And the third baseman, number 13, Caden Baker, will step up. So we can just barely see over the top over there. A little bit of motion already happening in the bullpen for the Chinooks. So Peters may be on a small pitch count. As you've got number 34, the designated hitter, Alejandro Valencia, warming up over there. Peters gets a high pop up there. Shallow center field, and Contreras is able to come down with it. So a good relief appearance in that first inning there for Peters. And we're going to head to the bottom of the 5th inning with the score still staying 6-2. So new pitcher is going to be Ryan Hendrickson for the Prairie Dogs. And he'll face the very 10 hitter here in the lineup and the extra hitter, Ryan Hart. So for those of you sitting at home waiting for the word to be able to come down to the ballpark, I understand that the beer garden down the left field line is opening up around noon. So that's brought to you by the Hoquiam Brewing Company here in Hoquiam, Washington. Not only do they have some IPAs on tap, they've got some ciders there ready for you too. Last week they had some phenomenal sandwiches and wraps. I definitely recommend the Italian grinder. It was delicious. And I heard rumors of a good curveball right there being able to snap in for strike two. But I heard rumors of possible hot dogs coming this week. Nothing better than coming down to the ballpark, getting a Teddy Brewski and a hot dog in your hand and watching some baseball. So you're going to get check swing. You would want to check down to the third baseline there. So we're going to check down to third base, and he's going to say no. Both the catcher and the umpire went to go check to first base, forgetting that they had a three-man crew. As he's going to draw a walk right there. So Hart does his job, gets on base, hands the bat over to the top of the lineup, and Ryan Contreras right here. It was like we were playing tag right there. Home plate umpire pointed at the first base umpire pointed over to the third base umpire, all for us to say, no, he did not. I could have told you from up here. So Contreras is going to get a line drive over the second baseman. It looks like Hart's going to possibly dig for three. Stumbles around second base, so the throw is going to be able to be there in plenty enough time. So unfortunately there, I don't know if you saw it on your screen, but Hart comes hauling around second base right there. Most likely would have been totally fine in a normal situation, but stumbles around second base in the kind of sloppy dirt that's around there. Strong throw from center field is able to get Hart out on the one-hopper and was dead to rights there at third base. So I definitely do not blame him for not sliding through that mud when it's not even going to be a bang-bang play. So you're going to get a fly ball to left field. Klingelhofer is going to get underneath it and be able to make the catch. So a quick 2 outs now onto the board for the Prairie Dogs. And you're going to have Contreras at second base in scoring position. That was James Lawrence, flies out to left field, and you'll have the right fielder, Bodie Smith, now up. Smith fouls one straight back. Good curveball, just not able to break enough to catch the inside corner there of the plate. I don't know. What do we call that right now? Is it still a plate? No, I just mean, no. It's pretty decent right now. It's all right. You can see a white. Just not enough to catch the white turf, I guess, so to say. Curveball does catch the outside corner right there. Almost spoke a little too fast right there for the call. Looks for the outside corner. Is just going to be wide right there, so a good spot. Definitely a pitcher's spot right there. Sometimes you get that call, and worst case scenario, if he does swing on it, there's not much he's going to be able to do with that, so a great spot right there, 1-2. And he's got deuces wild on the board, 2-2, 2 outs. Going to get a swing through right there from Smith, so a big-time appearance from Hendrickson, able to keep the Chinooks at bay, and we'll head to the 6th inning with the score still 6-2. So Peters is going to stay in the game here for another inning of relief, as you're going to have the leadoff batter and Jonathan Prescott up. Yeah, I don't know. I think it is. If any of you are listening at home, we're having a discussion. I'm pretty sure. Help me out in the chat. Crooked, I think, is Crooked, right? Crooked. But it does sound like it would be just crooked. I'm pretty sure it's Crooked. Crooked. Oh, it's Prescott takes a crooked pitch right off the thigh right there, which is also unfortunate in those counts because it was the 3-0 count, so that would have been ball 4. But gets the nice little stinger to the thigh. I'm sure somebody's in the chat's going to help us out here pretty soon. The spelling of crooked. I'm pretty sure that's right. Maybe we'll get lucky and we have an English teacher in the watching with us right now. So that hit pitch is going to bring up the first baseman, number 34, Nathan Kassler. Whoa, just a bit outside. So I'm going to go out on a limb there and say that Peters probably didn't have a fantastic grip on the ball right there. It might have been a little bit slippery from the mud and such. So you're going to get ball 2 upstairs. Peters trying to lock back in here and find the strike zone like he was able to do last inning. Struggling a little bit here to start his second inning of relief. And so 2 wild pitches allows Jonathan Prescott to get all the way from first over to third. So far his journey has been hit by pitch, wild pitch, gets him over to third base. So Kassler's going to look for possibly a mistake pitch as Peters is trying to lock back into the strike zone, maybe see something over the middle of the plate and is able to go and jump on something here. Not going to be the case. It's going to be another 4-pitch walk, so that's 8 in a row here for Peters. And Pants is going to take the slow walk out to the mound. And so Gunner feels good with his talk with Peters there. And it's going to see if he's going to be able to make some of the corrections to come out and start finding the strike zone as he's got runners on first and third, nobody out. And number 10, second baseman Alex Swaney up to bat. Still a little bit wild up and in goes to Swaney. There he goes. Finds the strike zone, and for some pitchers, all it takes is getting back into their one time, feeling how that feels with your whole motion, and wind up and be locked right back in here. You're going to get another wild pitch that allows for Kassler to move up to second base. So now you've got runners on second and third with no outs. And so wild pitch comes in again, and it's going to be far enough away for Prescott to be able to come home and score on that. So you're going to get one run across the board here for the P-Dogs and a 3-1 count coming for Swaney. And there's going to be ball four. Ball four gets away from Stevens again. Bounces straight back to him, though, so you're not going to be able to get the score here for the P-Dogs. So now you got first and third, still no outs. One run already across the board. You're going to have the shortstop, Sam Archery, stepping up for the Prairie Dogs. Runner goes, no throw attempted, so you're going to get a stolen base there for Swaney. Not only a stolen base, but he's going to get a hug when he gets there to second base, so good friendly competition. Peters with another wild pitch. You're going to possibly, ball bounces off the backstop a little bit harder than Stevens was expecting, so not able to get a glove on it right there and maybe be able to make the play. And so another run comes home here for the P-Dogs, and you're going to get a runner on third. Still no outs on the board. Score is 4-6, so they've been able to chip into the lead. Tying run now at the plate. So another wild pitch brings home a run, and P-Dogs now draw within one run here. And there'll be a hit batter right there. And sure enough, that'll draw Coach Panch out of the dugout, and it looks like we're going to have a pitching change coming. So the pitching change is going to bring in the designated hitter, number 34, Alejandro Valencia. Looks to be left-handed thrower is going to come in, so a little bit different look here for the P-Dogs as the tying run is on first base. And the go-ahead run is actually going to be coming up to the plate here with 3 already across in the top of the 6th inning. So Patterson will come up here. He'll be the first batter that Valencia is going to see. He's got a runner on first base, no outs. Tying run over at first base. Looks for the inside corner, not able to catch it. Going to get a swinging strike there on Patterson on the outside corner. Ball's going to go upstairs, so you're going to have a 2-1 count now on the board. And so a good pick over to first base. Catches. We're just going to go to this view and let you continue to watch as Valencia gets him on the pump fake and is going to even get the pickoff and gets the put out right there. So Arcariz gets left stranded right there on the pickoff move. High and dry, so Valencia takes the adopted runner that he had out of the equation right there, has a 2-2 count. Comes back, looks for the inside corner, not able to catch enough, so he'll draw a 3-2 count here to Patterson. And so it's going to be ball 4. So picks one off and then puts one right back on here. But he's going to have one out on the board with Swisslak stepping up to the plate. Looking to try and see if he can get his ground ball double play. Finds the strike zone again right there. Swisslak fouls one off. Comes off the facade of the roof over here on the first base side and actually right back to Junta. They're going to have an 0-2 count to Swisslak. Runner goes. You're going to get the throw down from Stevens. The throw's going to be on time. Is the tag going to be there too? It sure is. So he's able to catch Patterson stealing right there. And a lot of people think that that's out number 3, but that's really only out number 2. Is it out number 3? Oh, I didn't realize. Yes, that was strike 3. So you're going to get a strike him out, throw him out. Good call there from McMurdo. So that's going to be a double play right there, the non-traditional way. So that's going to be 3 outs on the inning. And we're going to head to the bottom of the 6th, leaving the score at 5-6. So Henriksen stays on here for the Prairie Dogs, and that'll bring Junta up to lead off the bottom of the 6th inning for the Chinooks. He's going to get a high fly ball. It's going to be in shallow center field. All three are going to go out for it, but it seems like Arcarice is able to get underneath it and make the catch. So one pitch, one out here for Henriksen. I mean, where should I really even start? And that's going to bring up the now pitcher, number 34, Alejandro Valencia. It's a good pitch right there from Henderson. Drops the curveball in and draw to a 1-2 count here for Valencia. And so a good pitch there on the outside corner from Henriksen gets the looking strikeout for Valencia. So the punch out gets the second out here of the inning. You're going to get a fly ball here to right field. JP's going to come on and make the catch. So a quick 1-2-3 inning here for Henriksen is going to get the Chinooks right back into the dugout, looking to try and see if they can go and capture a lead. All right, so a lot of craziness happens there at the start of the inning. You get the base hit to allow it to get to first and third, and then on the cutoff, as you've got the strike called right there, so it goes to an 0-2 count. But the cutoff wisely looks over to first base to see if they can catch Kyler Bacon trying to extend too far. Sure enough, gets the throw across. He gets into a rundown, and then Klingelhofer tries to score, but then he gets into a rundown, but gets back in time. So you've got now no outs with runners on first and second, and a 1-2 count coming here to the 3-hole hitter and the catcher, number 9, Tam Bellafuel. Runner's going to go, so you're going to get great jump right there. Stevens' pitch goes outside, so he's not able to make a throw on it. So now you've got runners on first or second and third with no outs. Tying run on third, go ahead run on second. So Prairie Dogs a base hit away from possibly taking a lead here. As I believe it was back-to-back base knocks to start the inning off. So singles for both Klingelhofer and Bacon. Bellafuel trying to see if he can follow up and join the club with it. But he's going to go up and swing through strike three right there. So a good pitch from Valencia to be able to get Bellafuel to chase, and he's going to get his first out of the inning. The third baseman, 4-hole hitter, number 13, Caden Baker, now given the task to try and see if he can go in at least tie this thing up for the P-Dogs. He's going to watch ball one on the outside corner. They're going to get a foul ball over in the dugout of first base, the Prairie Dogs, and it's going to go just far enough into the dugout to not allow a play to be made on it there. So luckily for Baker, he gets just enough of it to push it far enough away to be able to stay alive here and go to a 1-1 count. One's across the board there for you. 1-1, one out. Runner on second and third. Baker calls time and is going to go ahead and reset, looking for possibly the pitch that he wants to drive into a gap somewhere. It's going to be a good pitch on the inside corner, but it's just going to miss there for Valencia. So 2-1 count coming for Baker. He's going to drive one to right field. And so Klingelhofer is going to be able to score right there. And Bodie decides to go ahead and make sure that he keeps Bacon off of third. So the run will come across for the Prairie Dogs, and we're going to have a tie game. So Baker does his job, gets the fly ball far enough out in the outfield to make sure that he can get Klingelhofer up the 90 feet that he needed to. Brand new ball game, tied at 6-all. Jonathan Prescott up to the plate, though, as the Prairie Dogs are looking to possibly not be done here with a base knock, especially with 2 outs. Could possibly be able to go and grab the lead here for them. And so Bacon on second base. Klingelhofer just came home to score on the fly ball from Baker. And now a 1-1 count here to Jonathan Prescott. Prescott swings through strike 2 right here, so now he's going to have to battle up and do it with 2 strikes. Watches the ball go plenty outside right there, so now you got a 2-2 count. Prairie Dogs have been pretty aggressive on the base pass, so could possibly look to try and see if they can swipe something on the dirt ball here from Valencia. But he's going to go upstairs, so he draws a 3-2 count. Nobody on first base, so you won't see Bacon off on the pitch. But the 2 outs are going to make him go on the crack of the bat. So basically any base hit with the speed on second if Bacon is most likely going to be able to grab a lead for the P-Dogs. But Valencia's going to get strike 3 and leave the runner there. So we've got a tie ball game heading into the bottom of the 7th inning. So Henriksen's going to stay on here for the P-Dogs in his relief appearance. He'll face the shortstop and number 4, Brody McCall, first here in the bottom half of the 7th. As we talked about in the top half, the P-Dogs were able to make this a brand new ball game, tie things up at 6-all. Change the whole complexion of the game, recapture momentum. So we'll see if the Chinooks are able to respond here as McCall fouls one straight back to start. Around there. So Brody watches ball 2 there. It's going to be a 2-1 count coming to him. So you're going to get a line drive over the first baseman's head down the right field line. And so McCall is able to lead off the bottom of the 7th with a base knock. So you've got your go-ahead run on first base now. So good start to the at-bat here from Henriksen as he goes and attacks right off the bat, gets an 0-2 count. And so strike three right there, a big swinging strikeout for Hendrickson to be able to get his first out. Stevens up, and if Hendrickson really wants to go to work and get these next three outs because he's got Stevens' heart, but then it turns it over to the top of the lineup after that, so he wants to try and see if he can get out of harm's way before he goes and sees the top of the lineup. Hendrickson misses just up there with the curveball. He's going to run just inside right there to Stevens, so he's actually going to wear it, and you're going to get a hit by pitch. Runners now on first and second with 2 outs. Hart's going to come up. So Hendrickson looking for the big double play ground ball right here. And Chinooks are just looking to continue to add runners onto the base path any way that they can here. So looks to the outside corner, is able to hit it there, draw things even at a 1-1 count right here. Good spot from Hendrickson. Yeah. So Hendrickson now gets a 2-strike count here on Hart. Bounced the ball in the dirt, but a fantastic block there. Great work from Bella Fuel to be able to keep that thing in front, hold the runners where they are. Looks upstairs, misses there, so he's going to draw to a full count right here. Going to look for the curveball, but is not able to make it, so it's going to be ball 4. Bases are going to get juiced up here. 1 out, and the top of the lineup coming up. Second baseman number 24, Ryan Contreras, trying to see if maybe he can do a little damage here to get the Chinooks right back on top here. And line drive right back up the middle is going to at least get one. You're going to get the stop side over at third from Coach Panch. And so Contreras comes up and with one swing of the bat, puts the Nooks right back on top, does his job, and you're going to have things still in trouble here for the P-Dogs with center fielder number 2, James Lawrence, stepping up to the plate. So Chinooks capture back the lead, looking to still do some more damage right here. Foul ball straight back. So all over and ready, just barely misses middle right there. And so drive down the left field line, but it's going to be plenty foul out there. Able to sit back just a little bit longer, about 10, 20 feet to the right, and that would have been a fair ball down the left field line, possibly a bases clearing double. But the flip side is actually going to make it a 1-2 count here for Lawrence. And he swings through strike three right there. So a great pitch from Hendrickson. Looked like changeup on the outside corner. Is going to get his second out right there. Looking to try and see if he can limit the damage and just get into the dugout with only 1 run scored here in this situation. But he's going to have a tough task in front of him. And Bodie Smith, who opened the scoring up today with the 2-run blast to right field. So you're going to get a ground ball to third base. It gets gobbled up right there. He's able to touch his bag. So Hendrickson does his job, gets out of the jam, only lets up 1. P-Dog's coming back top half of the 8th, looking to try and tie things back up here. So you're going to have Castler leading off the inning here for the P-Dogs. New pitcher on the mound for the Chinooks is going to be the first baseman. Can't really speak right now. I'm all tongue-tied, but it's going to be the first baseman, number 30, Jaden Junta. As he's going to go to a 1-2 count here on Castler. It looks like a couple of defensive changes come with that. Obviously, Williams goes over. Oh, he wears one right off the shoulder. So Junta gets up 1-2, but then loses the batter and puts him on right there with the hit by pitch. And tying run is now on for the P-Dogs. Stepping up to the plate will be the second baseman, number 10, Alex Swaney. But as I was saying, it looks like Williams came in from left field and went to first base to fill the role of Junta. And I can't quite tell who went out to left field. As Swaney's going to swing through strike one right there. Jones is going to look for the inside corner, not able to catch it there, so it goes to a 2-1. So 2-1 count here to Swaney. And he's going to come up short there on the fastball, and it's going to get away from Stevens, so Kassler will move up to second base. And now Swaney's got an opportunity to find a good barrel right here and possibly tie up the game. And a good count to do so as he's ahead 3-1 right here. Swings through it, looking definitely to try and do some damage there with that swing. And it's now going to go to a full count for Swaney. He's going to get a soft liner up the middle. Contreras is going to field it, make the throw across, gets the out. And so now you're going to get 2 outs on the board. Or sorry, it's going to be the first out of the inning. So Swaney does his job and at least advances the runner over. With Arcariz coming up with a chance to possibly drive in an RBI tying run right here. Strike on the outside corner, so Junta is able to paint right there to start the AB. Ball's going to get away from Stevens right there. Kassler is going to be able to come home and tie the game up here. So unfortunate bounce right there. Might even have been weird off of the turf for Stevens. Arcariz is going to be able to breathe a sigh of relief a little bit because now the job is done. It's got a tie game on the board, and now he's just going to try and see how he can get himself the go-ahead run on base here. He's going to get a ground ball up the middle. Junta's going to field it himself, shorten up, make the toss across, and so he's got 2 outs now. And looking at the task of making sure that he keeps the game tied once again. Junta looks for the outside corner, is able to hit it right there. So another first pitch strike. Puts himself in a good situation to start this at bat. Looks at the outside corner again, just misses. And Arcariz is going to have a pop fly in foul territory over at third base. Bunn's going to get a look at it, and he's going to be able to come down with it. So the third out of the inning is created right there. And you're still going to have the tie ball game. We're going to head into the bottom half of the 8th inning. Tied 7-7. So you've got Jaden Junta leading off here for the Chinooks. Henriksen still on the mound here for Prairie Dogs, doing a fantastic job in relief. Junta unfortunately had a bad bounce off of the turf. I think it actually was that got away from Stevens and allowed that run to come across on the pass ball as he's going to sting a ball out to center field. Going to have a track on it, though. It's going to be able to be tracked down there in center field. So a fantastic play to be able to start the inning off for the Prairie Dogs as Junta was looking to possibly go and get two off of that as Kyler Bacon is able to track that thing down in center field and make sure that he keeps the bases clear there for his pitcher on the mound. And so this is going to bring up the spot that was originally Alejandro Valencia, but this is going to be who came into left field, so it's going to be a pinch hitter here. Because I believe it's number 9, Aaron Peters. So Peters looking to try and get himself on base and get that go-ahead run, possibly within scoring position with a double or something. As he's going to get a 2-1 count going right here. Watches the curveball go up high, so now a 3-1 count. Henriksen's got to come back after him, so we'll see how aggressive Peters is here with his swing. He's going to get a fly ball down the right field line. Looks like Jonathan Prescott comes underneath it, so out number 2 is recorded there in right field, and that'll bring up Aiden Bunn. So Chinooks down to 2 outs, but fortunately for them, the 2-out chance comes in the form of Aiden Bunn, who, if he's able to reach base safely, is basically a threat to score from wherever he is, as he showed last time, being able to steal second base and then just swiping another 90 feet off of a ball that goes, I would say, maybe 10 feet away from the shortstop and second baseman. So fantastic speed on it and can definitely be a threat with whatever base he's on. As he's going to get a fly ball into right field, and it's going to be caught there by Jonathan Prescott. So Henriksen gets the game to the 9th inning, tied up. We've got 7 all, so we've got a 1-inning ball game coming at us. So Junta stays on in relief here for the Chinooks in the 9th inning, as you're going to have the 10 hitting designated hitter, number 5, Ozzie Zwislak, leading off for the Prairie Dogs. And as you see on your score, and if you've been hanging out with us for the game, you know that it's a tie game going into the 9th inning. So any way that you can be able to get on base here as the Prairie Dogs and the Chinooks when they come up, you're going to take advantage of all of that, as you're really just looking at this point in time to be able to, even if it's just one run, at least gives yourself a chance as Wislack is able to get through one and get a line drive over the center fielder. So there is your leadoff base runner. I would say probably in a lot of situations here, most likely in their regular season, maybe for college or something, but in those games that aren't in a developmental league, you might actually see a sacrifice bunt coming here on the leadoff batter in Hunter Klingelhofer. But I would fully assume you're going to see him swing away here, as you want to make sure he gets his swings in, or he's going to work on his bunting. We'll see. But it would almost be no second thought in my mind of what was going to happen here. If this was a Grace Harbor game, I'm sure Coach Panch would be getting the bunt down right here and making sure he can get his runner over in a scoring position for the possible go-ahead run. You're going to get a swing there from Hunter. Swings right through strike one. A good swing on it, though, but a little bit of movement from Junta, as he's got kind of that tight slider that he goes to. So you're going to get a ground ball to third base. It's going to be weak, though. Bunn's going to make the throw across, and Klingelhofer is going to be able to leg it out, though. Good speed. Unfortunately for Junta, he makes a great pitch and finds the end of the bat by Klingelhofer, but is able to just use his speed to be quick enough to leg that thing out, so it goes for an infield base hit. And now you got runners on first and second with no outs. And the center fielder who went and made a fantastic play there to start the inning off in the bottom of the eighth, Kyler Bacon up. He's going to get a lazy fly ball down the first baseline. Williams takes a look at it, not able to glove it though. As smartly though, Wislack was tagging at second base and might actually be beneficial for the Chinooks that he didn't make that catch, because Wislack was easily going to be able to move up to 90 feet away from scoring the go-ahead run there on a catch by Williams. Foul ball straight back, so you now draw to a 1-2 count here. Junta really could use a strikeout right here. Get your first out, not allow any runners to move up, and then give yourself the option to be able to get a ground ball double play to get out of the inning unscathed. Goes up high, 2-2 count. He's going to get a drive to center field. It's going to bring Lawrence back. Lawrence is able to dive, not able to make the catch. Does get a glove on it, though. And Wislack is going to come around to score. You're going to have a play at third base. And Klingelhofer is going to be out at third base. Gets canned on a great relay throw there from McCall. But the Prairie Dogs are able to do their job on the double from Bacon and score a run there, so they take the lead. And so Bacon is able to bring home the RBI right there to put the Prairie Dogs in front of the Chinooks. And that'll bring up the catcher, Tam Bellafuel. So Lawrence goes completely horizontal out there in center field. I thought for sure he's going to be able to bring it back. Gets a glove on it so it stays near him. Gets the ball in quickly. And the good relay there from McCall is able to get Klingelhofer at third. So although they do score the run, which isn't ideal for the Chinooks, they are able to cut down the runner was trying to move up to 90 feet away again and get an out in this situation. So a little bit of momentum swings back to the Chinooks in that situation. And you're going to get a fly ball to shortstop, so McCall is going to get underneath it, and there's the second out. And so now the third baseman, number 13, Caden Baker, is going to step up. 2 outs on the board. Base knock should be able to score Bacon, but it's going to be another fly ball, possibly pulled in by McCall over there at shortstop, and sure enough, it is. That's going to be the third out of the inning. So Prairie Dogs get the job done. They get one across the board. Is it going to be enough? The Chinooks are going to have to answer. They've got 3 outs to at least score 1 to extend a game, and looking to grab 2 to possibly get a walk-off here in game 1 of the doubleheader. So Hendrickson's going to stay on here for the 9th inning for the Prairie Dogs. No movement in the bullpen. So this is going to be his game to go and win right here. Leadoff batter is going to be Brody McCall, the shortstop for the Chinooks. McCall's going to go up the elevator shaft and swing through strike 2 right there. So looking to try and choke up, get the ball in play, and see what can happen with the 2-strike approach here. Ball 2 goes up. So Hendrickson leaving some balls up here. Could come into play later in the inning if you get a runner in scoring position. Allows the Chinooks to be able to drive in that RBI, but right now the first goal is to just get somebody on base. Because McCall's going to get a ground ball to third base. It's going to be gobbled up. The throw across is going to be in plenty of time, but it gets dropped over at first base by Kassler. Oh, and just low enough. I think the whole, the unfortunate timing of glove hitting the ground while you're trying to catch it, and McCall legs it out, puts some pressure on the team, and is able to get a leadoff base runner on here for the Chinooks. So that'll bring up left fielder number 15, Ethan Williams, who's actually now moved over to first base since the start of the game. And he watches ball 1 on the outside corner there. As now he sees strike on the outside corner, so good spot right there from Hendrickson. And here McCall knows that he is really needed in this game. As you can see his lead, he's kind of leaning back towards first base. Doesn't want to get picked off in this instance, especially with a lefty on the mound. So you're going to get a foul straight back again. But you got that one-way lead, making sure that you can get back in plenty of time as they really need him on the base path. You don't want to get picked off. And now he's going to actually take off, so he's going to be going on the pitch. You're going to get strike 3, and he's out at second base. So the strike him out, throw him out is at an unfortunate time there for the Chinooks, as you're going to get the base pass cleared right there and 2 outs on the board with Hayden Stevens coming up to the plate. So it looks like he's going to have to try and spark a little bit of a 2-out rally here to see if he can get the Chinooks right back into this game. Just going to watch ball 1 upstairs, so they're down to their last out here. Foul ball straight back. Henriksen wants a new ball, knows how crucial this at-bat and the next at-bat is. As we talked about before, you're down at the bottom of the lineup. You really do not want to turn things over to the top of the lineup in this situation and give Contreras the chance to go and tie the game up. He's going to see the curveball up high. Swings through the high fastball right there, so you're going to get a 2-2 count. Chinooks down to their last strike here. Stevens knows that probably would have been ball 3, but fastball up your eyes always just looks so enticing when it's coming in. He's going to watch the curveball stay high, so a full count right here. Any way you can for Stevens to be able to extend the game for the Chinooks. He's going to swing through it, so strike 3. Henriksen comes in and slams the door, and the P-Dogs are able to grab game 1 here of the doubleheader. They come back, put up 6 runs in the last 4 innings to be able to come back and grab a 1-run victory there. So P-Dogs, first game goes to them. They'll be back in action here in probably about 20-30 minutes. You give enough time for the umpires to be able to do change, get to their next right, take a little bit of a break, and then they'll be back with game 2 of the doubleheader. Both starting pitchers for the other teams are already starting to warm up. Unfortunately for myself, well, I guess first, thank you for tuning in to this stream. Make sure you come back for game 2. But for myself, work at the college here at Grays Harbor and am the advisor of Student Life, so I have to go on our trip that we're taking to the Mariners game with about 40 different students, driving them there and driving them back. So I will actually not be commentating for the rest of the day, but those should be the only games I miss all summer, as we're planning on, like I said, having a stream for every single game this summer, and should be able to be here to hang out with you and chat back and forth with you all. But for the rest of the day, should just be the live stream. You'll be able to still hear the sound of the stadium and everything going on, but no commentary coming your way. But as I said, thank you so much for joining in with us for this game. We'll be back in probably about 20 minutes, looking to try and stay on track with that 12 o'clock start time, and we will bring you game 2 of the doubleheader between the Prairie Dogs and the Chinooks shortly. Once again, thank you so much for joining in, and come back for game 2.